later in the game too. So hopefully getting him back on track.
Yeah, and Valdez seems to me, even at age 22, because of all the walks he's taken, even in pressure situations, clutch situations, that he has an aptitude about him of how to hit. Do you see that that way?
Yeah, he's been there. I can't remember ever seeing a player that went through the stretch that he went through, hitless at bats and walked at the rate that he was walking at. It was pretty fascinating that he was maybe not pressing as much as maybe he could have, because there's a lot of times as a hitter that when you're pressing, you're going up there swinging at everything, and he was still swinging at strikes for the most part. Found a way to still get on base even though he wasn't swinging the bat as well as he had been.
I want to talk about defense behind the plate. Henry Davis yesterday throws out another attempted base stealer. He's thrown out 40% this year. He leads all catchers in defensive runs saved in baseball. And if you can clue us in on what his value has been to the Pirates defensively, really, I think even leaks back to last year, but certainly, how about this year?
Yeah, I think it does go back to last year, and especially this year, the way he's been behind the plate has been fantastic. I think the one that really stood out to me was when Luis Robert tried to steal the other day, and he got a good jump, and Henry gunned him down by a lot. I think somebody said it was like a 175 down to second, which is elite. But he has meant so much to us behind the plate. It did start last.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Pete Crow Armstrong is a walking highlight reel in the outfield, but on Monday night, he put together an offensive tape for the ages with his first career cycle. The Cubs star has been on a tear in June, posting an OPS north of 1,000 since the month kicked off. Things are going so well for the 24-year-old right now that even the toughest parts of the cycle were no challenge.
A bleacher souvenir for PCA.
PCA opened the game with a 434-foot leadoff blast to right center, and followed that up with a triple in the third.
Home run, first at bat, triple, second at bat.
After a fifth inning double, he made history in the seventh, recording the 13th cycle in Cubs history and becoming the first Cub to do it in reverse order.
He to right, he did it! And the fans are loving them some Pete Crow Armstrong here.
PCA's perfect day helped the Cubs mount a late comeback and cap off a historic night.
Cubs win! Sing it!
Beer, and more beer. Hey, it's like Jenga.
Broken bat for Freeland. Ball to second. Corner boots it. Everybody's safe. Whatever superstition you have, you're employing it right now.
Not sure why that was Chargers' ball, and he misjudged it.
He literally has a shirt that says "dump here." He's got a 62 shirt. That's pretty awesome. That's just impressive preparation.
Tonight's game on the Pirates Radio Network brought to you by Ford, the official truck of the Pirates. Highmark Health. Highmark is proud to support Pirates everywhere, from home base to home away from home, because life. Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Pittsburgh Brewing Company. Pittsburgh Brewing, makers of Iron City and IC Light. PNC, brilliantly boring since 1865. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Pirates Baseball, also brought to you by AHN, official medical provider of the Pirates, caring for you through every win, every loss, and every moment in between. Operating Engineers Local 66. Partner with them at IUOE66.org. Sheets, the official convenience store of the Pirates. Why the Sheets not? Get a snack after the game. And by Coppers, protecting what matters, preserving the future. Tonight, game 2 of the series, the Pirates are in Miami taking on the Marlins. And with tonight's starting lineups, Neil has talked to both managers to procure those for you. Here is Neil Walker with the lineups tonight.
Thank you, Joe. This lineup is brought to you by your neighborhood Ford store. For Don Kelly and his Pittsburgh Pirates, 58-63 coming into tonight's contest. He's going to have Jake Mangum leading off, playing center field. Brandon Lau is going to be playing second base and hitting second. Brian Reynolds will hit third and play left field. Spencer Horowitz will hit fourth and play first base. Nick Gonzalez will hit fifth and play third base. Ronnie Simon will be the DH tonight, and he'll hit sixth. As Marilyn Valdez will hit seventh and play right field. Jacob Gonzalez will play shortstop and hit eighth, and Henry Davis will do the catching and hit ninth. And on the mound, Karma Majinski, he's 6-4 with a 3.51 ERA. And for Clayton McCullers, Miami Marlins, they're 61-59 coming into today. Xavier Edwards will lead off, and he'll play second base. Otto Lopez will play shortstop, and he'll hit second. Griffin Conine will hit third and play.
The bubblegum blowing contest. It was fun. It was at a time when Topps included bubblegum in their baseball cards, and that was the gum we used. These are all my baseball cards. The Topps one is right there. It's developed into somewhat of a big nostalgic thing. And there are a lot of people that, that's one of their favorite baseball cards. It's kind of crazy.
Guess who that is? Roger McDowell.
Check him out. He has his uniform on upside down with the shoes on the hand, and it looks like he's walking on his hands. Has his cap hanging down. That's supposed to be his head. Well, the Mets really trying to turn it around. They do, however, trail in this ball game 4-0. I love that.
Josh Lowe comes sliding in to make the catch.
That is an incredible catch. How low can Josh Lowe go?
Line drive, center field, caught! But Ernie Clement! Wow! Ernie Clement soaring through the air.
Coming in and making the play. How about it?
Oh, was sinking and knuckling with a glove just above the grass, kind of reaching behind him almost to his left.
Right off the end of the bat. Look at Turner. Catch it. Throw it. Double play. He is a wizard out there. Kelly gets the wave. The throw from Straw. He's out. They just keep finding a way.
Drive. Diving catch by Nunez on the edge of the outfield grass ends the inning. What a play.
I think he's quite sick of not seeing Nunez.
Ryan Walshman going to give it a look near the wall. And he's got it. The juggling catch by Ryan Walshman.
Sliding to make the catch is Jackson Merrill.
That kid can cover some ground.
Here in IC Light, proudly Pittsburgh.
Looking for extra power?
Coppers.
Need someone to bring heat?
Coppers.
How about calling up the right player at the right time? When it comes to a great utility player, you need someone who can play lots of roles. Luckily, in Pittsburgh, you can always call on Coppers. That's because we protect and preserve critical infrastructure that supports utilities around the country. Power, reliability, connection, speed. We're your ultimate utility player.
Coppers, you're up.
Protecting what matters. Preserving the future. Coppers.
Back with you from Miami, the Pirates and the Marlins here tonight. We got to pause 10 seconds for stations to identify themselves here on the Pirates Radio Network. Neil, tonight a chance for the Pirates to get back to their winning ways. They've got to hit. They've got to pitch a little bit better. It's been one of those types of stretches where teams don't have a lot going for them all at the same time, and so maybe this is that night here in Miami for the Pirates.
Yeah, it's certainly been a tough stretch for these Buccos lately, and last night was not much different. Got good enough pitching to stay in that game in yesterday's contest, but just not really anything. Obviously, they didn't even get past first base last night, so that's certainly not the way you want to start a series, especially against a team that you're chasing in the wild card spot. But nonetheless, you have Carmen Mlodzinski going to start for us tonight. You have pretty much the same, I believe the exact same lineup as last night. And you have Jansen Junk, who hasn't fared very well against left-handed hitters especially.
Without a doubt, a hitter's ballpark. See what happens here over these next 3 games.
And that is launched. I think he answered a question. A good night for the hitters. Leadoff homer, Yandy Diaz, 1-0 Rays.
Yandy is back, B.A. So it seems.
I mean, listen, you have a 4-hit day, and then you roll out of bed the next day, and in your first at-bat, Jacob Lopez, mistake pitch, and that was an absolute no-doubter anytime you put it up on top of a roof.
You've got to be very careful where you're going because you might not get there. But how exactly can you go from a yogi to a king to perfectos, the old professor, and pint talk? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998, Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
The rule was, can't be more than 18 inches of pine tar. Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, Brett is out. Look at this.
Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
He's given up some home runs this season, but he's 5-7 with a 4.63 ERA, 17th for him, 81 2/3 innings, 88 hits, 23 walks, and 62 strikeouts, and has given up 12 home runs this season in those 16 starts. So see if the Pirates can get some damage, especially early on, and see if they can't get some length out of Carmen Mlodzinski.
And so the first 4 will all bat left-handed against Junk, who is 30 years old, grew up near Seattle, and bounced around with many teams, but has found a home here in Miami, second season now with the Marlins. Jimenez at third will play in for Jake Mangum, who assumes strike one, and that's how we begin here tonight.
And the pitch usage for Junk, 4-seam slider, changeup, and a little bit of sweeper.
So 1 strike. Right-hander offers. Mangum fouls it back, and now it's 2 strikes on him. And with 2 strikes on the hitter, the third baseman, Jimenez, will play off the line more and back. He's waiting to see where his coach positions him. Now he'll back up about halfway to the outfield grass, and he'll head a bouncing ball to third, and on the one-hop throw he gets Mangum. So Jimenez was indecisive where to play. He moved him back over toward the line right before the pitch, and if he didn't do that, Mangum would have had a base hit.
Yeah, he started closer to that 6-hole, and if he was even a step further toward that 6-hole as he moved closer to that third baseline, Jake Mangum most certainly would have been safe. Because he got this ball and he didn't even wait. He just got rid of it immediately and just beat Mangum by half a step.
So 1 out, and it will be Brandon Lau. Defensively for the Marlins, Hernandez, Marcy, and Casey in the outfield left to right. First one outside for ball 1. Jimenez, Lopez, the All-Star. Edwards and Conine third around the horn to first, and Joe Mack back behind the plate again for Miami. He'll help out his pitchers in the running game. 1-0 pitch, and a little bit up. 2-0 on Lau, hitting a .251 with 25 home runs. Hunter Wendelstedt's the crew chief. He's working the plate tonight. It's Brock Ballou, a call-up umpire at first. Vic Carapazza at second base. Nick Lentz umpires at third. 2-0 to Lau is in for a strike. 93 from Junk. J-U-N-K. And the pitch. Swing and a foul. The Marlins got Junk from the A's. He had also pitched for Milwaukee and the Angels prior to that. Originally drafted by the Yankees. Two and two on Brandon Lau. Late arriving crowd again here in Miami. The pitch. Tapped toward the mound. Junk fields and lobs to first to get Lau for the second out. 2 up and 2 down in the Pirates' first inning. And now it's Brian Reynolds, who took away 2 runs on a would-be Conine home run last night. One of the Marlins infielders threw the ball into the seats for a souvenir. It bounced around the concourse and went around 2 sections before someone went over to retrieve it.
I missed that.
Pitch to Reynolds is down and in for ball 1. There were people there, just no one seemed to be all that interested in a foul ball.
Well, you're right. About this time in yesterday's game, it seemed like a lighter crowd. And then by about the end of the second inning, there was considerably more people here.
A lot of traffic in South Florida. Pitch, swing, and a foul. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Pirates last night didn't advance past first base, and then in the 6 innings prior, they did not as well. Their longest streak since the early 50s. Trying to get something going here in the first inning. Misses inside to Reynolds, now 2 balls and a strike. Reynolds at .266 overall with 15 home runs, 1 since the All-Star break. Junk on a 2-1. Swinging a ball lined sharply, but foul. Right up the right side. If that's fair, that's 2, but instead it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reynolds. Casey shaded a bit toward the line. They'll spread out the gaps in the outfield. Here's the 2-2. Down and in, just missing. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Tried the slider, but it ran down and in. Junk doesn't walk a lot of guys since he's been a Marlin. 2 outs and nobody on it in the first, and a 3-2. And just off the plate away, ball 4, missed with a fastball. So 2 out free pass. Set up Spencer Horwitz. So if the Pirates have not advanced past first, that means they haven't had multiple men on in an inning in that span.
Well, they have 1 double play that they hit into yesterday, and Ronnie Simon tried to leg out a single into a double and got thrown out in that game.
Horwitz launches one to left center. A long run for Marcy, but can get underneath it. He'll make the catch, and the inning ends. So we're through a half inning. It's the Pirates nothing, and Carmen Majinski to the mound when we return here on the Pirates Radio Network, presented by Iron City and IC Light.
What do parents think of back to school at Staples, where supplies start at just 25 cents?
Staples has the latest laptops with up to 40% savings.
I may hug the cashier.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Caglione was 2 for 4 last night. And it's a high fly ball, deep center. Back goes Taylor, the center fielder, and gone. Caglione.
Sheesh. 112, Ryan, off the bat. We saw Jack Caglione get a 1-0 changeup when Clay Holmes is 80% sinkers behind the count, and this is the reason why, because this sinker leaking back over the plate, just absolutely barreled out of here on a laser, straight to the line, right center field. Wow, Jack Caglione, it's different off that bat.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
The heat and apply pressure. That's why Pittsburgh's lineup of trusted co-pilots is Ford. Ford, an MVP in the city of black and gold. Only from your neighborhood Ford store.
Home half of the first coming up. Miami will come to bat against Carmen Mlodzinski, making his second start since returning to the rotation.
We'll see how much length we get out of Carmen coming into today's game. He's 6-4 with a 3.51 ERA. 27th game for him as this one's grounded to second base, easy out.
One pitch and one out.
11th game started for him, 97 in the third innings, 100 hits, 32 walks, and 77 strikeouts.
So one pitch and one out. And defensively for the Pirates tonight, it's Reynolds, Mangum, and Valdez. Left to right in the outfield. Nick Gonzalez at third. Jacob Gonzalez at short. Brandon Lau at second. Spencer Horwitz at first. Henry Davis back behind the plate. He has thrown out 40% of attempted base stealers. That's the most in baseball. Leading catchers in defensive runs saved as well. Here's Otto Lopez. The All-Star takes just inside for ball one. Hitting at a National League leading .318. 9 home runs, 53 RBIs. Right-handed batter. Mlodzinski on a 1-0. And it's outside, 2 balls and no strikes. No secret, he's been more successful as a relief pitcher throughout his career, but Donnie Kelly saying in the manager's show today that imploring him to approach the game as if he were a relief pitcher. We've heard that many times. There's a strike as relievers transition to starters. Just approach it, go out there just like you were doing before, and don't worry about trying to get 9 innings. No one does that anymore.
Yeah, that's true, and I think sometimes it's easier for guys, and sometimes it's more difficult to change that mindset. But
2-1 is lined and caught by Jacob Gonzalez at short. 2 gone.
The attack mode is probably what's the most prevalent thing for relievers that pitch multiple innings, right? Sometimes if you're a reliever and you think that you're going to go for 2, maybe 3 innings, you sometimes maybe hold back just a little bit. It's like, no, just go as long as you can, and the velocity and the control will tell us when you're starting to lose gas.
Here's Griffin Conine. He drove the ball with frequency last night, and he'll take a strike. Left-handed batter with good power. In a brief action, 267, but a dozen home runs. Almost hit one last night, but Brian Reynolds peeled it back from over the left field wall. Here's an 0-1, and Mlodzinski tried that out and away corner and missed with a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. 28th career start for Carmen. Here's a 1-1, and Conine takes outside. It's 2 balls and a strike. His dad, Jeff, of course, a longtime Marlin. And Griffin, born in 1997, the first of the 2 Marlins World Series championship teams. The pitch, swinging a foul. And now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the Marlins are off to such a good start at home. The only time that they've been better at this stage of the season at home was back in 1997. It also equals their 2003 World Series team. Marlins have made the playoffs twice this decade, too. and come into tonight's action above 500. They're 2 over entering play. Pitch misses in. Full count on Conine, 3-2. Miami entered the night 2.5 back of the trio of teams, Philadelphia, Arizona, and San Diego, that would occupy the final 2 wild card spots. And there's ball 4 outside. Tried a 3-2 curve and missed away. So a 2-out walk in front of Heriberto Hernandez. Here in the first inning, no score. Hernandez, a righty batter, at .224 with 16 home runs. First pitch, fastball swung on and fouled back. Just a strike to Hernandez. Tonight's promotion is get a baseball game with your ticket here in Miami. Kind of an old-fashioned approach like that.
That's a good one.
Pirates have those every now and then, usually Tuesdays or Wednesdays. The pitch, swing and a miss, and now 2 strikes. And the pitch from Carmen, swinging a fly ball, hit deeply down the left field line. If it's fair, it's out of here, and it is ruled a foul ball.
Just foul.
That ball kept curling, and Nick Lentz says foul ball.
Unfortunately, we have a pretty good view from our seats. It did not look like it wrapped around that foul pole, but they're going to, it looks like, take a quick look at it, but it doesn't even look like it was close, Joe.
A lot of times the manager will ask for a crew chief review, not risking a challenge, and I think the umpires are going to allow Clayton McCullough this opportunity. And that way, if it is ruled foul, then Marlins don't lose a challenge. Umpires can do that at their discretion, which they typically do on boundary home runs.
Yep, foul ball.
So, ruled a foul ball. And just a long, loud strike to Hernandez. Here's the set by Majinski with a man at first. 2 outs. The pitch down low, missed with the split, and now it's 1-2. Right-hander going to try it again. Did he go? No on that up and in fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Hernandez.
And it feels like every night we see multiple 5, 6, 7 check swings a night, don't we? Mm-hmm. That one was close as we're seeing the replay.
It could go either way, and it did. It's down low, 3-2. So after walking Conine with 2 outs and being ahead of Hernandez 0-2, Majinski does not want to walk this hitter. Conine will be on the move with the pitch. 3-2, strike 3 call, and it will be immediately challenged. Hunter Wendelstedt working plate tonight. Hernandez with the challenge of the strike 3 call. And he's wrong. He's out, and the Marlins have 1 challenge for the rest of the game. They expend 1 here in the first. We're through an inning from Miami.
play in Toronto, Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys. So when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You gotta be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Do you mind clearing up what in the world a guy with one career big league hit is doing with a baseball card that looks like this?
Yeah, every player in the mid to late 80s wanted to dupe a photographer, right? The entire rest of the season, I was wondering what my card would look like next year if I was able to sneak it through. And I open it up and I see one with me with the eye black and the batting gloves.
And you celebrate.
I was like, yeah, I duped him.
And back to the top of the order, Pete Crow Armstrong. Hammer to right. That one is deep and it is gone. Oh, baby. Off the facade. Absolutely crushed. Home run number 27 with an exclamation point.
Off the facade of the upper deck. It might have been still climbing when it hit that barrier. 437 feet PCA. My goodness. He got one to his liking and he absolutely obliterated that baseball.
The sheets not stopped by the official convenience store of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Second inning coming up, and Nick Gonzalez will lead it off for the Pirates. We're in a scoreless game. Jansen Junk of the Marlins delivers, and it's a strike. Slider down and away in the zone. Strike one to Gonzalez, hitting at .304 with 6 home runs. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul right side, and now 2 strikes. 10 for the ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Junk delivers. Swinging a ground ball up the middle. Base hit for Nick Gonzalez. Ball bounding right through the infield. And the Pirates have a hit.
Yeah, good 0-2 approach right there from Nick. Just driving that ball right back through the box. Hard hit single. Let's see if we can get something going here. Ronnie Simon, he likes to bunt. That third baseman's going to be drawn in, way in. We've seen Ronnie. We've seen him take that ball, especially from the left side, toward that second baseman.
Jimenez in on the turf. And the pitch is in there for a strike. Fastball to Simon, the former Marlin. Switch hitter batting left at .300 in brief action with the Pirates. A couple of runs batted in. Well, good chance the Pirates get past first here in this inning with the leadoff single. They've gone 16 prior innings without doing so. Here's the pitch. High and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Something that had not happened since 1952 for the Pirates. Junk, the right-hander, on a 1-1. And a breaking ball just missed outside. Now 2-1. Jimenez still playing about even with the bag at third. The shortstop Lopez about up the middle. Gonzalez with 5 stolen bases. And the pitch. Swing and a pop-up in the infield. And Lopez, the shortstop, takes care of that. Cannot advance the runner. 1 out. You can keep the summer going with more Bucks baseball. For a limited time, score $15 upper level and $30 lower level tickets to the upcoming Tigers series. It's Monday night, Tuesday night, and Wednesday afternoon, the games against the Tigers. $15 upper, $30 lower level tickets. Go to pirates.com/back2bucks. Throw to first. And Gonzalez back in. Marlene Valdez some better swings last night. 3 balls put in play, hitting at .244 with 14 home runs. Swinging a line drive up the middle base hit. And finally, the Pirates will get past first. Advancing Gonzalez to second. And 2 on with 1 out. Well, Valdez, Donnie Kelly was saying, yeah, he's doing a lot of early work yesterday. Seems to be paying off.
Got a base hit in yesterday's game in his first at bat, and a couple hard outs after that. So we're trending in the right direction with Esmeralda Valdez. Now first and second, 1 out for Jacob Gonzalez.
.238 hitter, lefty batter with 5 homers. Takes a breaking ball outside for ball 1. This is the first at bat for the Pirates with a runner in scoring position since Sunday. Here's the pitch. And a strike to Gonzalez. 1-1. Fastball at 92. Lefty's hitting .320 and slugging just under .500 against Junk. Jimenez still drawn into third. Pitch is fouled away. 93 in, and now it's 1-2. Jimenez will abandon his post. Move back. Lead runner Nick Gonzalez, he's at second. Esmeralda Valdez on at first with 1 away. Junk. Ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He wants a new baseball. Pirates trying to take an early lead. We're scoreless in the second. 2-2 pitch. Gonzalez hits it on the ground to second. On the short for 1. Lopez. Errant throw. Gonzalez is safe. And Gonzalez scores. And the Pirates lead 1-0. On the exchange and the throw, there will be an additional error there. And it's the Pirates taking the lead in the second.
Yeah, Buccos catch a break right there off the bat. That looked like it was going to be a 4-6-3 easy inning-ending double play. And the throw from shortstop Otto Lopez goes up into the glove side of Griffin Conine, and then it sneaks into the dugout.
So it's a fielder's choice, no RBI. The error. Lopez is 18th, third most in baseball. That allows Nick Gonzalez to score. Jacob Gonzalez can advance to second on the error. And Henry Davis will take a strike. So the Pirates will accept the charity. They had gone almost 2 games without scoring. Here's the pitch. And Davis takes a strike. Been better with runners in scoring position as of late. Since the 4th of July, 6 out of his last 13 with runners in scoring position. As Jacob Gonzalez out there. Pirates leading 1-0 in the second. Here in Miami. 0-2 from Junk. Swing and a pop-up. First base side. Conine into foul ground with room. And he'll make the catch to end the inning. Pirates get a run on it.
So here we go. The return of Snell Zilla. Blake Snell leads the Dodgers out for game 2, trying to clinch this series against Kansas City. Snell sits him down on 3 pitches, pumps it by him at 98.
But throwing a 3-2 changeup to get the first hitter, and now blown by the fastball by Witt.
Snell Zilla strikes out the side in his return to the bump.
That thing has another gear tonight. That curveball is breaking and then breaking again, and it's almost like it's got 2 different angles, the beginning angle and then the finish.
Step off and reset. Snell trying to keep the game tied at 1 in the top of the 5th. Got him swinging.
One of the best curveballs I think he's had in his life, and he sticks with the heater to beat him, pitching directly at a scouting report to a guy with a slow bat.
Sometimes artifacts in the collection of the Hall of Fame could tell multiple stories. This is the earliest known Yankees baseball cap in existence. It tells a story of a very early baseball cap and of a guy who just had a cup of coffee in the big leagues. But there's actually a hidden story inside this cap. there's another name written in the cap. So who's Dolan?
Nothing Pirates, bottom of the second. Pirates return home on Friday. They'll host the Boston Red Sox at 6:40, and the first 20,000 fans take home a Josh Gibson t-shirt. It'll be Negro League Legacy Night, and it's presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. That's Friday night, 6:40. Get your tickets at Pirates.com. First one, a little low, ball one from Carmen Majinski to Jacob Marcy. Marcy, then Agustin Ramirez, Owen Casey, 5, 6, and 7 hitters. 1-0 pitch. Swinging a ball blooped over second and into right. A base hit for Marcy. Well, he is on to start the Marlins second inning. And now Agustin Ramirez. Did not see him last night. DHing tonight. A guy that is really hit in the minor leagues. Catcher by trade, but has not fared well behind the plate. So they'll get him in as the DH. So far this year, 238, most of the year in Jacksonville. A couple of home runs so far. First one from Majinski. Odd swing and a miss there. Strike one.
I feel like he was up for a lot of last year and had
Yes,
a pretty good year, right?
Yeah. I'll have to grab his numbers quickly. Yeah, last year, 21 home runs for the Marlins and 16 steals. There's a strike, 0-2. But he also led catchers with 10 errors and 19 pass balls.
Wow.
So now with the DH spot open, still can get that bat in there. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Used to be a big problem for National League teams to have a player that maybe didn't have a logical position. Just couldn't carry those players unless they were used as pinch hitters for the pitcher spot. Tossed over, and Marcy is back. And even then, that would put you in a bind because you only had so many guys to substitute in the field.
Yeah, Jacob Marcy on first base. He's got 19 stolen bases on the season. Has been caught 12 times, though. Not a fantastic number. This one's fouled off.
And catches a piece of Henry Davis, who's down momentarily. Those 12 caught stealings tied for the most in baseball. Ricky Henderson used to lead baseball in the most caught stealings, but he'd steal 130 bases. You'd live with it. But yeah, 19 out of 31 is not the rate you'd like.
Kind of like striking out 175 times but hitting 50 home runs, right?
Then you'll take it. It's trade-offs. So Henry's still getting looked at right now. Waiting for some of the pain to subside. And that tells you that it's time for the Powerball. Tonight, the estimated annuity, Powerball jackpot, $975 million. $975 million. That's tonight. So don't forget to play at your local retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Every day you got to be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Davis okay enough to continue. Nobody out. Marcy on at first. 1-2 to Ramirez. Lined sharply past short and into left for a base hit. Connected on the sweeper. Back-to-back Marlins hits to start this second inning. 1-0 Pirates leading. Owen Casey coming to bat.
Yeah, that was an off-speed pitch. Just sat at the top of the zone, and Ramirez shoots it through the 6-hole.
Casey at the bat this year, .228 with 12 home runs. Now he's from Canada. His spelling of his surname is Caissie. Not the same spelling as Sean. And that's outside, ball 1. .308 hitter with runners in scoring position. Lefty batter, tall stance. 2 on, nobody out for Majinski. His 1-0, swinging a bouncer, foul. He has induced 9 ground ball double plays. A pretty high number for a guy who's been mostly out of the bullpen now.
Oh, and that's direct result of that split usage that he deploys quite a bit. When he can get that in a good spot right at the very bottom of the zone, it's hard to lift that pitch.
Long wait and a 1-1. Swinging a fly ball, deeply hit to right center. Long run for Mangum. And he will make the catch on the warning track on the run.
Oh, wow.
And he got the ball in quickly enough that no runner can tag.
Yeah, Jacob Marcy, instead of tagging up, he must have thought this ball had a really good chance of getting down in that right center field gap, so he doesn't get back. He kind of hangs out about a third of the way closest to second base, and as soon as it's caught, he has to race back, and by that time, Jake Mangum has that ball already headed toward the infield. Not what you want if you're the Marlins with nobody out. You really got to make sure that ball is going to get down so you can advance.
So an error in the field by the Marlins in the top of the second, affording the Pirates a run. And an error on the bases prohibits Marcy from getting the third. There's such an advantage of being at third with 1 out. Instead, he's only at second for Leo Jimenez, a righty batter, 215, a couple of home runs. Swinging a tapper, foul, and strike 1. Hits a ton of ground balls. So this is that recipe for Majinski to get out of what was 2 on, nobody out. Now with 1 out, Pirates leading 1-0 in the second. Well, 1 pitch. Darts inside. That's the 2-seam fastball. Running in on the righty. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And you want to make sure you pay attention to Marcy at second base right here, because a lot of times if guys don't advance in those situations and they can run like Marcy can, they usually try to find a spot to try to steal third if they can, especially with a right-handed hitter hitting. Yep.
Now sneaking in behind him. That great point. It makes it a little harder for the catcher to throw with that righty batter in there. Doesn't have that clear path opened. Here's a 1-1 and a swinging ball line sharply to center. Mangum, a good jump. He gets there to make the catch, and he'll get it in quickly again. No further advance by the Marlins. A couple of nice plays by Mangum in center.
And he was well played. He's shading Jimenez to that right center field gap, and that was struck really well on a line. But he gets a great jump, and he was shaded that direction. So fortunately, they had him played right there, because that had extra bases written all over it.
Well, now 2 men gone and still first and second for the Marlins. Here is the number 9 hitting Joe Mack, left-handed batting catcher, 231 with 11 home runs. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. The split a little bit elevated, and Davis will come out in front of the plate to. Is this a positioning defense? Is that?
Yep. Yeah, every single hitter, with runners in scoring position or with nobody on base, you'll have a spot or an area that you're going to shade to. And so they had, this one's down and in 1-1 count. So if you look in between innings and you're watching the game, particularly the outfielders, you'll see them move more or less. Now, right now, we have Brian Reynolds playing. He's shaded to the pool side, or the opposite field side, to Joe Mack, the left-handed hitter. But Jake Mangum has him playing to the pool side, so there's a gigantic gap in left center field.
Spin and a look towards second. Marcy back. One and one on Joe Mack. 2 on, 2 out. The pitch high and away, missing with the split. And now 2 balls and a strike. Well, one was high and away in the zone. That one well out of the zone. Second one spiked it. Here's the pitch. And back with a breaking ball that time, a strike, 2-2. And too dangerous to maybe keep floating that splitter up. So went with the slider, 2-2. Marcy, the lead runner at second, he runs well. Ramirez, pretty good runner too, over at first. 1-0 Pirates lead. Marlins batting in the second. Here's the set. 2-2 from Carmen. Down low, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Marcy was looking to maybe go if that ball could skid away from Davis, but he had a backhanded stop. Now the runners will be in motion. 2 outs and a 3-2 count. Xavier Edwards would bat next. He's waiting next. 3-2 coming. And a tap foul, just spoiled. And a down and away splitter. That's more of where Mlodzinski wanted to throw it.
This is his best pitch of the sequence right there. Split 3-2. It looks like Mac was just kind of in protection mode right there.
Runners will go again with the pitch. 1-0 Pirates in the second. Mlodzinski will step off. That's his second disengagement. He's already spun and looked towards second. Easy to lose track if you get a couple more foul balls here. 3-2 home. Swinging a ground ball foul up first. Runners retreat. We're in the second. Mlodzinski up to 38 pitches now. Because of effectiveness, he was removed after 3 innings in his first start back. 63 pitches he threw in that one. So if you build off of that, 75 or 80 would be the most. I think he would be permitted to go today. And that's a third disengagement. That'll be a balk.
No, I actually think that Mac called a timeout, Joe.
We're very lucky.
The pitch before that, yeah. Or at least he attempted to and didn't get it initially. And then Hunter Wendelstedt, the home plate umpire, gave it to him.
Yeah, he just showed 2 right there, meaning 2 disengagements. So, yes, thank you for the clarification. They did nullify one of those. Now he can't do it anymore. Runners will take off with this 3-2 to Joe Mack. And it's a breaking ball outside for a walk. Now the bases are loaded. Second walk allowed by Mlodzinski. Pirates lead 1-0. Just got him the lead in the top half. Here is Xavier Edwards. 324 hitter with runners in scoring position. Fast runner. Switch hitter batting left. Marcy moves up to third. Ball in the dirt. He can score. Ramirez, a decent runner at second. Mac, not fleet of foot at first. There's a strike to Edwards. Remember, the Marlins are down to 1 ABS challenge.
Caught a little break right there. That ball was up and away just off the plate, outside of the zone. Looked like Edwards was thinking about challenging it, but yeah, only 1 left.
Here's an 0-1. Swinging a liner. Knocked down by Horwitz from a knee. Throws to first. Mlodzinski late to cover, and the Marlins tie the game on an infield hit. That was a heck of a play by Horwitz, diving toward the line. And he did get the glove on it. Popped out and threw it to the pitcher covering, but Edwards beat Mlodzinski to the bag.
Well, the good news is that this got knocked down by Spencer Horwitz and saved multiple runs. The bad news is that Carmen Mlodzinski wasn't able to get over. And, of course, Xavier Edwards, the leadoff man, runs very, very well and out of the box from that left side. So it was going to be close regardless if Mlodzinski got there in time. But, nonetheless, a run in with 2 outs here. But it could have been way worse if that ball had skipped past the glove of Spencer Horwitz.
Henry Davis will come out and chat. Edwards running a 4.37 from the left side on that. And a reminder, coming up on Sunday, the Pirates will host the Red Sox at 1:35. It'll be a youth baseball and softball day at PNC Park. It's all presented by Sheets. Come on down to the ballpark with your team. Always fun to wear your jersey as well. Get some more information for Sunday's youth softball and Youth Baseball Day. Pirates.com/youth baseball or /youth softball. RBI number 45 for Edwards. Otto Lopez, National League leader in batting average, hitting with the bases full. Lined out to short his only time. Righty batter, swinging a bouncer to short. Jacob Gonzalez will underhand flip to second for the final out. And that's that for Miami. They get the equalizer though, and we're through 2 innings. We're tied at 1 here.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Carlos Beltran is one of only 5 players in MLB history to join the 400 home run and 300 stolen base club. Beltran used his acceptance speech to thank his family and honor his roots in Puerto Rico.
This is the closest thing of my first at-bat in the big leagues, where I feel excited to be here, but at the same time, I feel very nervous. You know, if baseball have really taught me something, is that I hope, you know, in life, we continue to measure ourselves by the same standard we have used to measure others. Everywhere I play baseball, I always try to represent my island. I tried to do the best I could for the organizations that I play, but also I wanted to represent Puerto Rico. Every single teammate that I play with, you guys were so important to me. I have an incredible privilege to be around one of the greatest competitors this game has ever seen, Mr. George Brett. You taught me something that I will never forget. The greatness is built long before anyone is watching. Thank you, God, for allowing me to become a small part of the baseball history.
By Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Back here in Miami, Pirates are going to have the top of the order up here in the top of the 3rd inning. Jake Mangum leading off. 1-1 game. Pirates have 2 hits through that first time through the order. Marlins at 3.
And a strike to start the 3rd. Jake Mangum bounced out his only time. Well, both teams establishing themselves now. Ball scoring in the 2nd. Pitch a little bit low to Mangum. 1 ball and 1 strike. Pirates limiting the damage in that 2nd as the Marlins stranding the bases loaded. Now 1-1. Full swing, but hit foul. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Mangum. Wonder what would have taken place in that inning if Marcy had gone back to tag. Marlins leadoff man singled his way on, advanced to 2nd on a hit, and then didn't get to 3rd. Maybe would have scored if everything played out the same. And then the Marlins still would have loaded the bases. 1-2 on Mangum. And a strike 3 call. Fastball right in there. First strikeout tonight by Jansen Junk. That's how the 3rd inning begins. Our 3rd inning brought to you by the Iron Workers Local Union number 3. We don't go to the office, we build it. Here's Brandon Lau. Surpassing the 110 game threshold for the 3rd time in his 9 seasons. It's high and away, ball 1. I'm sure that was part of the calculus for the Rays trading him away and Pirates acquiring him. When he's healthy, he's fantastic. But he hasn't always been healthy. But the Pirates have benefited from that. For Lau, a swing and a foul. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And I'm sure you can remember that series in Atlanta. He hit that ball off his knee and it looked really, really bad. Unfortunately, it wasn't bad. So he's been able to stay healthy this year. And we've seen him a little bit more with left-handed pitchers on the mound, especially with some guys out.
He swings and cracks this ball into left, base hit. Hernandez charged that ball and then dropped it as he fielded it on a hop, but Lau is at first with a hard hit single to left.
That was a good piece of hitting. Just stays inside this ball. We see him pull the ball quite a bit. That was a changeup on the outer edge, and instead of trying to pull it, just stays on it, shoots it to left. Good to see. Like I said, I'd love to see these Pirates have a time through the order where they just get 3 or 4 or 5 guys in a row on base and somebody gets that big hit and everybody just kind of takes a deep breath.
Over below, ball 1 to Brian Reynolds, who worked a walk his first time. Already, this is a much better offensive showing for the Pirates. They have 3 hits tonight and a walk. They've only had 4 hits in each of their last 2 games. Swinging a foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. And so that's got to loosen everybody up a little bit. You're seeing everybody get out like that.
I think so, Joe.
And clearly this team more than capable of scoring. It's been a stretch of 2 or 3 weeks now since that Yankees doubleheader. The Pirates have averaged just more than 3 runs a game. Throw to first. Lau is back. But that's really their only dry spell all season. They've been one of the top offensive teams in baseball, even with this slump included. Came in 4th most out of the 30 teams in runs per game. Reynolds waiting on Junks. 1-1 is swinging a ball cracked into center, but right at Marcy. Doesn't even have to move his feet. That's the second out. 2 men are gone, and we'll pause 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Now it's Spencer Horwitz. Horwitz flat out to center his only time. And a toss over to first. Again, flattering Lau. We've seen more throws over to first in the last week or so with Lau. I don't know why. I mean, he did steal a base within the last, let's say, 10 days or so. But he only has 2 all year. Only if he's ignored over there. That's outside ball 1, so maybe that's why they're throwing over.
Oh, it was like Bo Bichette in that Mets series. They were targeting him for some reason when he got on the base paths as a guy to keep very close. And we saw multiple attempts to try to pick him off from the catcher.
It's flattering.
Yep.
Pitch is swung on, hit softly on the ground to second base. Edwards on to first, and the inning is through. 1 hit, 1 left for the Pirates.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Center field. Back goes Kmitz to the warning track. Leaps and he has it. He falls over the fence. Kmitz fell over the fence as he made the catch. But since he left the ballpark, it's a home run. You've got to stay in the park. Let's give it the old college try.
What a great effort.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Tied at 1, Marlins batting in the bottom of the 3rd. Join us on Tuesday at PNC Park. The Pirates will host Detroit at 6:40, and we'll honor our local Youth hockey players. Special ticket package. When you purchase it, you get a Pirates branded hockey jersey with your ticket. A pie and away ball one to Griffin Conine. That's on Tuesday night, 6:40. Go to pirates.com/youth hockey. All the success the Pens have had, creating a couple of generations now of hockey players in Pittsburgh. It's outside now 2-0. Have you ever gotten to skate with the Pens or anything like that? Do anything like that?
I used to, when I just finished up playing, I used to go down on game days at home. They would have like organized skates for anybody that wanted to play, as this one's fired in 2-1 for a strike, 2-1 count. And so I used to go out, and every once in a while there would be, coaches from the team, but not players. And there'd be staffers and people that worked at the arena. It was really, really fun.
How cool is that?
Yeah. And I think they still do it, but I haven't done it in years.
2-1 from Carmen Majinski. A breaking ball strike to Conine, 2-2. I was wondering, when you played for the Pirates, if I know you're a Pens fan, if you interacted with any of those guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, you did?
Yep.
You still do? Any contact with?
A little bit, yeah.
Maybe some of the players have moved on now. Other teams found back.
I used to live right next door to one of the players. I won't name, but there were a lot of guys that kind of lived in the same area because, of course, a lot of players tend to live a little north because it's easier to get in and out of the city sometimes. And the Penguins would have their practice facility up north in Cranberry, so you'd come across those guys quite a bit.
Oh, that's fun.
The season, yeah.
Yeah, always cool to see when there's overlap. The Pirates players go to the Pens game, or maybe see some of the Steelers guys taking batting practice, things like that. Interaction between the athletes. Liner up the middle, base hit for Conine. Valdez tries to cut it off from the wall, cannot. Mangum backs it up, plays it off the wall. It's a double for Griffin Conine, leading off the Marlins' third inning. He's had a good series.
Yeah, and that's an example of the outfield shifting kind of hurting the team, because this one is on a line and just gets past Brandon Lau. It looked like he may have had a chance at it at first, but didn't. And then it just keeps going because Jake Mangum's playing him toward left center field, and as Marilyn Valdez was playing Conine to pull down that right field line. So there's a huge gap in right center field, and it gets all the way back there. Fortunately, not a triple.
But tough to work around a leadoff two-bagger. Heriberto Hernandez struck out back in the first. That's a good recipe. Keeping him right there. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball strike on the inner edge. So far, that's the lone strikeout for Majinski. A lot of balls in play for both teams tonight. Tied at 1, bottom of the third. Hernandez calls time. Every time a Pirates pitcher strikes out an opponent in August, Coppers donates $25 to Visibility Pittsburgh. One pitch. Missed the inner edge with the splitter. 1 ball, 1 strike. The next pitch from Majinski will be his 50th. We're in the third. Went 3 innings in his last start. Here's a 1-1, and it's down low and away. Slider missing. 2 balls and a strike now on the right-handed hitting Hernandez, with the Jacob Marcy on deck.
A lot of off-speed pitches through the first 2 at-bats for Hernandez. Pull hitter, trying to get him to hit something on the ground to the left side to keep Griffin Conine at second base.
Ball in. Sinker missing. It's 2 balls, make it 3 balls and a strike. Evan Sisk just beginning to warm in the Pirates bullpen, a left-hander. The Pirates easing Majinski back into a starting role, but even the established starters have not been going deeply into games. 6 innings or more, 6 times in their last 28 starts. There's a strike for the Pirates. Now a full count on Hernandez. Leadoff double for Conine. Hitter's job is to get him at least to third. 3-2 pitch, and misses inside, ball 4. A walk. Now 2 on and nobody out. This is the same scenario. Mlodzinski had to get around in the second, and he allowed 1 run. Marcy came around to score. Marcy's coming up to bat here. I don't think they'd play for 1 run in the 3rd inning, but he does bunt a lot. Bunted his way on for a hit 5 times. Nick Gonzalez will play in on the cutout at 3rd. Here's the pitch home. Way inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Marcy in his first at bat dumped a ball into right field for a single. And as you mentioned, came around to score that 2-out hit. Bases loaded by Xavier Edwards.
Ball 1 to Marcy, batting left. Here's the pitch. Bunt shown. They tried to take it up first and he missed it. It's a strike. 1-1.
Yeah, you called it, Joe. Not a sacrifice bunt. That was going to be a potential bunt for a base hit if he got it down.
If he's trying to sacrifice, he bunted to 3rd.
It didn't look like he was trying to do that, did it?
Gonzalez still playing in ahead of the bag. The pitch is swung on and lofted into right field. Valdez coming on. Medium depth. He'll make the catch. This time Conine tags. Heads to 3rd. Throws right on target. The throw hits the runner. And so he's safe on the advance. So Marcy flies out to right. Men at the corners now. 1 out for Agustin Ramirez.
I thought Valdez might have a chance right here. That wasn't hit extremely deep and he was able to get behind it. If it was a good throw, it would have been tight. Conine with the aggressive base running, finding his way to 3rd with less than 2 outs.
Tied at 1. And Ramirez base hit against Mlodzinski last inning. Carmen has had that ability to get that ground ball double play. That would clean up this 3rd inning. Here's the pitch. And it's inside, ball 1. Tried with that 2-seam fastball running in on the righty.
That's kind of the same approach as he had 2 batters ago with Hernandez up the right-handed pull hitter. See if you can't run something in onto the hands and get a 5-4-3 or 6-4-3 double play.
1-0. Swing and a in-between hopper past 3rd. Gonzalez can't field it, and it goes all the way to the wall. Conine is in easily. Hernandez will be stopped at 3rd. Ramirez stands at 2nd, and the Marlins take a 2-1 lead. Hard hit ball to 3rd underneath the glove of Nick Gonzalez.
Yeah, he got the ball he wanted. That was a 2-seam running in just like we thought. And it was a 1-hopper that just ate up Nick Gonzalez there at 3rd base. He gets all the way down to the wall, and here comes Don Kelly.
So after Mlodzinski pitched 3 innings in his first start, he's only able to go 2 1/3 innings in his second start. And the good thing the Pirates bullpen is well rested.
All right, so here's the Mets home jersey. To me, growing up in New York, also a very iconic jersey. The blue pinstripes that represented the Dodgers. Got the orange outline, which represented the Giants, which are the 2 teams that left New York. And then subsequently, the Mets were created. You know, my parents were Mets fans growing up, and this was the jersey that I also dreamed of wearing.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
16 walks, and 47 strikeouts. I'm trying to put out a little bit of a fire here with second and third and one out.
Last time Sisk came on, he inherited the bases loaded. All three came around to score. He has stranded 10 of the 23 inherited runners that he's had this year. So he'll be the choice here. Fly ball pitcher here with a man at third and less than 2 outs. And he'll face Javier Sanoja. So the Marlins will pinch hit in the third inning. When was the last time you saw that for matchups, not injury or anything?
Well, these Marlins 2 games over 500, they are still very much in a fight for that last wild card spot. So they're going to try to push all the right buttons, Clayton McCullough and his group.
Infield will play up for the Pirates here. Second and third, 1 out. Sanoja takes inside for ball 1. So the righty batter will face the lefty Sisk. And he hits .330 off lefties, slugs over 500. So that's why he's the choice here. And you're right, Miami in the thick of it. No need to mess around. The pitch is inside, and it's 2-0. Sisk coming off the injured list back a week ago. He's given up 2 runs in 3 2/3. Sisk coming back. 2-0 is inside, 3-0, and Davis wants to challenge. Pirates have 2 challenges remaining. Henry Davis trying to find a strike for Sisk. And he wins it. About a quarter of the baseball, if that, was in the strike zone. So that makes the count now 2-1 on Javier Sanoja. Pinch hitting for Owen Casey. Infield up, second and third, a run in for Miami. Marlins lead 2-1. Pitch is way inside. 3 balls and a strike. Pirates have Camilo Doval, ground ball specialist, in their bullpen. You got some different options. Johan Ramirez probably the only guy not available tonight after pitching 3 innings yesterday. Swinging foul. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They have strikeout pitchers. And that's what's nice about this Pirates pen is you have a different assortment. Lefties, righties, ground ball guys, strikeout guys to match up as you see fit. Three and 2 on Sanoja. Hernandez at third, likely coming home on contact. The pitch is hit foul. Yeah, he took off as soon as he saw that foul ball. Luckily, it wasn't hit right at him.
Yeah, not surprising to see the runner at third, Hernandez, on contact here, even with the infield in. Runs have been at a premium through the first part of this series.
It's ruled ball 4, and Davis will challenge again. So if it's overturned, it's a strikeout, and if not, it's a walk. It's a walk. Pirates are down to 1 challenge. So Sanoja will fill the bases. Pinch hit walk. Sisk comes on and walks the first batter he faces. And now Leo Jimenez will bat here. He lined out to center his only time. Well, now you have that double play opportunity, but against Sisk, a fly ball pitcher. Jimenez does hit the ball on the ground a lot, but flying out his first time. It's tap foul and strike 1. 2-1 Miami, trying to keep it close here in the third inning. They cashed in a leadoff double, benefited by a ball that was ruled a double by Agustin Ramirez, a ball that hit past Gonzalez at third. Sisk on an 0-1, way inside. Very wild since coming off the injured list. Had left elbow inflammation, missed about a month. He's walked 4 in 3 2/3 innings now since coming off the IL. 1-1 on Jimenez. Bases loaded with 1 out. The pitch way in tight. And it hit him, and that'll bring in a run. So a walk and a hit batter for Sisk. Since coming into the game, one of the inherited runners will score. 3-1 Miami.
Missing Wild glove side as he's come into this game.
Now, if you say, well, he doesn't have it tonight, you can't take him out of the game. He has to face at least 3 hitters, so he'll face Mack. He walked against Majinski last inning. Pirates pitchers have walked 4 and hit a batter today. We're in the 3rd inning. High and away, ball 1. 3-1 Miami. Base is still loaded. The runner now is Ramirez at third base. Here with just 1 out. And the 1-0 finds the strike zone. 1-1 now. Got that fastball in there at 89 from Evan Sisk.
Yeah, and this is the guy you want right here. And Mack, lefty-lefty matchup. Potentially get a ground ball to that right side. Slow-footed catcher.
Pitch way outside. That was a fastball. Again at 89. Missing by feet. And Bill Murphy, who is the Pirates pitching coach, will urgently make his way out to the mound. Good time to tell you about groups. There's groups of runners on the bases for the Marlins. You can bring your group out to PNC Park and enjoy a Pirates game with your family, friends, co-workers, people you don't like. Anybody you want. Come on out, bring your group. You get price savings, loaded value, and much more. Purchase your tickets for your group. Come on out, PNC Park. Pirates.com/groups. So an urgent message delivered. Murphy quickly in, quickly out. Trying to get Sisk in the zone. He's thrown 9 balls and 5 strikes. He's walked a man and hit a man since coming in. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-1 on Joe Mack. Left on left. Outside. 3-1. Wants to throw a strike. 3-1. Ball 4. And so a walk, hit batter, walk from Sisk. And the Marlins gifted another run. Another inherited runner allowed with Evan Sisk on the mound. So those 4 runs charged to Majinski. Now the 3 runners on the bases are all his. So Majinski goes 2 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs are charged to him, 3 walks and a strikeout. There's a strike now to Xavier Edwards, batting for a 3rd time tonight. We're in the 3rd inning. Miami has 2 hits in the inning. 1 was a ball hit right past the 3rd baseman. And 3 runs are in. Miami leads 4-1. The pitch way outside, not close. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul back. And Sisk is ahead of the hitter. 1-2. Probably a good time to remind you that there are $3 16-ounce icy light drafts during all Pirate games at DJ's. Every location. We'll see you at DJ's. The Pittsburgh Brewing Company key account of the game. $3 16-ounce icy light drafts. And the pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right field. Fairly deep. Valdez makes the catch. Sanoja tags. Heading home from 3rd. And he'll get in ahead of the throw. Jimenez advances to 3rd. It's a sacrifice fly for Xavier Edwards. Miami leads 5-1. Sisk. 2 walks, a hit batter, and a sac fly. That'll be charged to him, that run. The 9th Marlin of this inning will come on. Odo Lopez, National League leading .318 average coming in, but 0 for 2 tonight. We're in the 3rd inning, 5-1 Marlins, and a strike. Lopez hits .376 against lefties. Batting with 1st and 3rd and 2 outs. Toss to first. Looked like a balk to me. No? Thank goodness. Swung that leg around forward and then threw to first. Just a strike on Lopez. Here's the pitch. Swinging a slow ground ball on toward short. Gonzalez throws on the run and gets the out. And the Marlins bat around and score.
Line drive out toward right. Hill's coming in. He dives and he makes the catch. He does it again. Derek Hill.
He is just amazing.
This one's really all about Dean Kramer. 1 over the minimum through 7 innings. He's allowed only 1 run on 1 hit, and he's picked up strikeouts with 4 different pitch types.
Merrill Madness, dead center. Padres take a 3-2 lead. 1 swing of the bat.
His 3rd home run in as many games. And for the first time tonight, the Padres lead.
Looped in the air towards center. Breaking back now in is DeLuca. Dives, and did he catch it? Oh, he did! What a play by Johnny DeLuca. I think that saved a run.
Meckler moves back for it. He's out near the wall, and it is caught! Meckler got it! The Mac strikes again!
You cannot contain the Mac.
Jim Day looking to hit the brakes here, and because that grass out there is moist, it'll be tough to get your footing out there.
Up the middle, backhanded by Lindor, who stumbles as he throws it away. Alonso, a diving attempt to stop that one.
Playing a little tic-tac-toe over there by the Pirates dugout. And Emmanuel Valdez says, get serious.
We're going to need to check back in on this situation.
See if he gets that one on anytime soon.
Oh, they kept going.
I mean, you got to stop the top guy. Oh.
And search for providers, locations, and times that work best for you. Easy online scheduling, because at AHN, we see you.
A 4-run bottom of the 3rd inning for Miami, despite a leadoff double on another ball that was lined past the 3rd baseman. And the rest walks or hit batters, and so it makes it a 4-run game now. 5-1 Miami. Nick Gonzalez will lead it off. Then it's Ronnie Simon and Esmeralyn Valdez against Jansen Junk, the Marlins pitcher. Gonzalez a single his first time up and takes inside for ball 1. Raises his batting average to .306. The pitch, swing and a foul back. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Certainly now would be a good time to get these bats rolling after that 4-run 3rd for the Miami Marlins.
That's how you get it back. Can't subtract anything. Swing and a line drive up the middle, base hit. Nick Gonzalez with another multi-hit game. He's going to try for 2, down 4 runs, and is narrowly safe. A very risky maneuver, but he'll get into second base.
And good piece of hitting by Nick Gonzalez. Backside double to that right center field gap. Looked like it was going to be really close at second base. And it was. When Marcy got to this ball, made a pretty strong throw, but just beats the throw with the head first dive into second. Nick Gonzalez does.
And the pitch to Ronnie Simon is in there for a strike. Griffin Conine is now in right field. Leo Jimenez will go from 3rd base to first base. And Javier Sanoja will play at third. This ball is bounced toward the mound, gloved by the pitcher, and Junk will take it all the way to the bag for the out. Gonzalez can advance to third, one away. Productive out for Simon. Marlins Valdez will come up 5-1 Miami.
Yeah, at minimum you want to move that runner even down 4 the fourth inning. So Simon does his job. Now the infield's going to be back, so as Marlins Valdez, as long as he stays away from something back to the pitcher or something really hard to the third baseman, should be able to get this runner in.
Base hit his first time, and there's a strike. Has shown that knack for driving in runs. 5-1 Marlins. This will be Junk's 50th pitch. And here it is. High and in. 1 ball and 1 strike on Ace Marlins Valdez. 38 runs batted in. The pitch. Swing, fly ball, deep right field. Conine and Marcy. It'll be Marcy leaping against the wall to make the catch. A terrific play. It'll still be a sac fly, though, for Valdez. And now it's a 5-2 game, but a great catch by Marcy.
Another really good swing by Valdez right here. This ball probably hits the very top of the wall, but Marcy makes an unbelievable play in right center field. The ball just kept carrying and carrying. But at minimum, you get 1 run in, but you feel like you got something taken away from you right there, because that probably was going to be extra base hit.
Well, the underlining factor here in this series, Valdez has been swinging a good bat.
Yep.
And if the Pirates are going to get back to their good hitting ways, there's a strike. Valdez almost single-handedly carried the Pirates for a month. And while he's not quite that hot again, 5 plate appearances in the series and 5 good at-bats. 5 balls in play. Swinging a foul tip, 2 strikes on Jacob Gonzalez. Remember, Valdez just last week went 19 consecutive plate appearances without putting a ball in play. It had never happened in baseball history. All walks and strikeouts. Lake Bacher is now getting up in the Pirates bullpen. Swinging a foul. Still 2 strikes on Jacob Gonzalez. 10 for an ID on the Pirates Radio Network. We're in the 4th inning, 5-2 Marlins. Gonzalez takes high and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Junk delivers. Jacob Gonzalez gets it on the ground to second. Edwards on to first for the final out. Pirates pick up a run. And we go to the
Time is called. There is a black cat on the field on the third base side.
Remember the guy that picked up that one cat a couple of years ago? He got bit.
Don't do it, Kevin. Don't do it.
What a pair of hands he's got. Here's the play of the game right here. Elster with those great hands, and he puts that glove hand out there without a glove. Makes the play.
The captain, Derek Sanderson Jeter, is one of the winningest players in Major League history. He was wearing these very batting gloves when he notched one of those most memorable hits, the 3,000th of his career.
Are we supposed to spit in them like they do the batting gloves?
No spitting. This is a non-spitting museum.
He's just the 2nd player in history whose 3,000th hit was a home run. The first was a former teammate from the Yankees' 1996 World Series championship team. But before he began his Cooperstown-bound career, Boggs would cross paths with another future Hall of Famer. September 6, 1995, the Iron Man played his 2,000th 131st consecutive game, surpassing the unbreakable record of the Iron Horse.
Now that's how you pass the torch.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Last half of the fourth coming up. Miami with a 5-2 lead, and the Pirates will bring in the former Marlin, Lake Bacher.
Bacher's 1-2 with a 3.73 ERA. 41st game for him tonight. 62 2/3, 45 hits, 22 walks, and 67 strikeouts.
Bacher spending parts of 3 seasons with the Marlins. First time facing his old club. He'll toe the rubber to face Griffin Conine, who has walked and doubled. He led off last inning as well. Pitch, and it's low for ball 1. A breaking ball. Heriberto Hernandez and then Jacob Marcy, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Bacher taking a couple of deep breaths before these pitches. And taking another one there. The 1-0 from him. He's over but low. 2-0. Certainly going to be emotional after just being traded 9 days ago. Already back home. Family living here, of course. This is where he made his home during the baseball season. 2-0 pitch. Back with a strike from Bacher. Now 2-1.
Yeah, sure happened quick. I'm guessing he probably stayed at his apartment here while he was here for this series. Tough to get out.
And the pitch is swung on, blasted out to deep center field. Conine's having a good series. He's got a long home run to center, and the Marlins add on at 6-2. Griffin Conine with home run number 13.
Yeah, that's the one department for Bacher that he's had a little bit of a tough time with this season. That's an 11th home run given up in 62 2/3 innings. This was a fastball at 94 at the very top of the zone.
And Conine, every at-bat's been good in this series. Running into a hot hitter. A 6th home run allowed by Bacher in his last 12 games. That's with both the Pirates and Marlins. Strike to Hernandez, who has struck out and walked. Marlins add on, leading 6-2. Just 5 hits for Miami. Ground ball to third. Nick Gonzalez comes to get it. Throws on to first. And gets the first out of the inning. Evan Sisk came on in relief of Carmen Majinski, allowed both inherited runners to score. Went 2/3, allowed no hits, 1 run charged to him, 2 walks, hit a batter, and threw 21 pitches. Preceding Bacher. Miami coming into tonight 18th out of the 30 teams in runs per game. Here's Marcy. And a strike to him at the knees. 1 out of 2 night. Had a base hit and scored back in the second. 1 out, nobody on. A run in on the Conine home run. Bacher, the right-hander, delivers. Swinging a roller on to second. Lau up with it. And on to first for the second out. 2 gone in the inning. And a reminder that you can use your Giant Eagle loyalty card to save on Pirates tickets. And $2 of each ticket sold is donated to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Western PA. For more info, go to pirates.com/loyalty card. Agustin Ramirez, 2 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. Takes inside for ball 1. He's the Marlins' designated hitter. 6-2 Miami leading. We're in the 4th. Pirates trying to avoid their 7th consecutive series loss. Pitch outside, missing with a fastball. 2 balls and nothing. Miami won last night 2-0. Game 3 tomorrow afternoon. And the Pirates back home against Boston and Detroit. Strike at the knees. Now 2-1 to Ramirez. Bacher comes home, swinging a foul back, and now 2-2.
Some big swings from Ramirez today. Got a clean single in the second inning, and then a hard double down the left field line past Nick Gonzalez to score a run. He's not looking to get base hits, I can tell you that.
Only if they go over the wall.
Yep.
2-2 from Bacher. Bounces up there. It was a hard curveball at 87. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ramirez was part of the Dominican Republic team in the World Baseball Classic. Able to play in his own ballpark. As a crouch stance from the right side. 3-2 with 2 outs. Bacher delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on a nice slider down and away. But the Marlins get a run on the.
How does one of baseball's most celebrated plays connect to one of baseball's most notorious curses? Through a cross-country move, an earthquake, and the Men of Steel? Find out on Hall of Fame Connections.
It was a defensive play so iconic that we simply call it the catch.
This is the glove Willie Mays had when he made that catch. This is great.
But let me touch it for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oakland pitcher Dave Stewart was named the World Series MVP.
It really comes from like the kings of Siam would give their courtiers white elephants, which were sacred animals, and they'd be too expensive again to maintain, would put them into financial ruin.
They need to know this story. That's amazing.
Nobody could steal a base like Ricky.
I'm the greatest of all time. Thank you.
So imagine making steals in these though.
So these are Ty Cobb's
And these
cleats.
are Ty Cobb's.
So what I want to know is, were they ever swabbed for the DNA of opposing pitchers?
Roberts is no stranger to stolen bases himself.
That's what makes it special, is that everybody knew he was going to steal.
Roberts is going. Safe.
You know what they say? One great play deserves another.
Catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv and discover your own connections to the game at baseballhall.org.
Wine, NA beverages, and a full menu. There's something for every taste. Visit hopfarmbrewingco.com for a list of upcoming events and beer releases.
Let's go to the 5th inning. It's brought to you by the IBEW Local Union number 5. 6-2 the Marlins lead. Jansen Junk delivers up and in, ball 1 to Henry Davis. Then it's Jake Mangum and Brandon Lau. Davis fouled out to first his only time. Here's the pitch. Swing and a soft ground ball foul up third. Checking the bat by hitting it upside down to see if it had cracked. And it suffices. Passing the test there, so he'll use it. 1 ball and 1 strike. Did you ever check your bat and then realize it had been cracked or anything like that? Here's the pitch. In tight now, 2-1.
Most of the time you can tell, but there are times where it just comes off the bat as a foul ball, a little bit weird, and you check it and you can't see anything, and it may be kind of a hairline fracture. Those are the worst, because if you were to barrel a ball up, you could lose a lot of steam behind it.
That's inside now, 3-1. You think, all right, good, I'm going to drive this ball, and then it goes nowhere.
Yeah.
Bat helicopters. Three and 1 on Henry Davis, leading off the Pirates' 5th. He swings and yanks it foul. Way out in front of a fastball. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Henry got a bunt hit yesterday. Second straight game as the starter. 3-2 is popped up. In the infield, second baseman Edwards. And he makes a catch, 1 out. Andy Rodriguez was scratched from the lineup on Saturday. Did not play Sunday or yesterday. So far not today, but the Pirates have a third catcher in Rafael Flores Jr. if needed. Jake Mangum is 0 for 2, switch hitter batting left. Swinging a bouncing ball right to first. And Jimenez tags the bag. 2 quick outs for Junk. MLB Shop. That is your source for Pirates gear. Official jerseys, memorabilia, hats, and hoodies. We've got the season covered. Visit MLBshop.com/Pirates, the official source for your Pirates gear.
Yeah, Junk at 63 pitches with 2 outs here in the 5th. Kind of cruising along. Hasn't had a lot of stress put on him in this game so far. Pirates now 3rd time through the order here.
Strike to Brandon Lau. 6-2 Miami. Pirates have had a base runner on in each of the first 4 innings. More activity than last night. And this pitch will be challenged by Joe Mack. It was called a ball away to Lau. Marlins have 1 challenge remaining, risking it all here in the 5th. And we'll wait for the result. Barely nipping the high and away corner of the strike zone. The drama and suspense yields a strike. And so now it's 0-2 on Brandon Lau, who's 1 for 2 tonight. Junk. 0-2. Fouled back by Lau. Trying to meet that slider. Now the Marlins, lowest ERA for their starting pitchers in the National League since June began. They have the lowest starting pitcher ERA. Sandy Alcantara leading the staff. Swing and a miss. Lau down on strikes. Pirates go in order for the first time tonight. But
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Pete Crow Armstrong set to lead things off for the Cubs. That is hammered center field. That's back on its way out of here. We got an in-game MVP race.
How about that for a response? First pitch of the ball game from Lauer, PCA, 420 feet. Game on.
Your best player, our best player. For PCA, it is home run number 25.
Closing in on that 30-30 club. He's wiped 28 bases.
More of Blake Bacher for this 5th inning. He pitched the 4th and gave up a home run to Conine. 6-2 the Marlins lead. Bottom of the order coming up. Javier Sanoja, who pinch hit in the 3rd inning and drew a walk and scored. They'll lead it off. There's a strike. Slider at the knees to the righty batter. Then it's Leo Jimenez and Joe Mack. Here's an 0-1. Swinging a ball yanked foul. Almost hit it behind him.
Wow.
The vacant upper deck.
And that almost got to the upper deck.
Now there's like another partitioned area back there. Here's the pitch. And it's down low, 1-2. Then there's a club level beneath that. And then the lower bowl. There's kind of 2 sections to it. Highfalutin section. And then the regular falutin section. Down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Blue seats all the way around. Now blue walls, artificial grass, batter's eye, covering the lime green walls that once were here. That's inside 3 and 2. All the tiling was removed. Art Deco motif. The pitch, swing and a high pop up, foul, and should reach the seats. Still 3 and 2 on Sanoja. Fan let the ball fall beside him, and then it bounced high in the air to a fan about 3 rows behind him, and he caught it on a hop. And the fan who let the ball go by, who has 3 children sitting next to him. The children are pointing and scolding their father. And they should. Oh, man. 3 and 2 on Sanoja. Dad, do you remember that? Yes, I remember that time. That's forever now. Forever.
Need it in a picture frame.
There's about a 3.5-year-old boy right there. He's pointing. Oh, that man got it. Yeah. Yeah, he did. 3-2. Swing, fly ball, center. Playable for Mangum. A few steps over to his right. And he's got it 1 out. Sanoja flies out to center. 1 away for Leo Jimenez. All those times going to the ballpark as a kid, did you ever get a foul ball?
Yeah, but I never caught a foul ball.
Were you
always
given one kind of thing?
Yeah, tossed one. I remember getting one tossed to me at Three River Stadium. I remember getting one that was kind of just rolling around at PNC Park as a high school kid.
Swinging a line drive into right, and Valdez comes on to make the catch for the 2nd out. You remember who tossed you a ball?
I don't. I do remember getting Frank Thomas's autograph at the '93 All-Star game at Three River Stadium.
Is this White Sox Frank Thomas?
Yeah.
Who was at the peak of
I
playing?
believe so. I believe he was with the White Sox at that point.
Well, I only say that because the original Frank Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
Who was on.
I also have his autograph, yes.
That's pretty cool, yes. The big home run hitter of the Pirates from days gone by.
But if you look back, there were some really fun, memorable players in that '93 All-Star game at Three River Stadium. It's cool. And Griffey was there. A lot of big names.
Here's the pitch. Yeah, that's down low, 1-1. I'm trying to think. Probably wouldn't have been ever able to play there, right? No, not in high school yet. When they moved into PNC Park.
I remember my older brothers, who are 6 and 8 years older than me. They played some games there when they were in high school, but by the time I got there, there's this one backdoor just off the plate, 2-1 count. So I remember watching, non-Pirate games at Three River Stadium. But I was lucky enough in the early 2000s when I was in high school to play a couple showcase games at PNC Park, which was really, really cool.
Foretelling what was to come. Here's a base hit into right for Joe Mack. He's been on base all 3 times today out of the 9 spot. A 2-out man on for Miami. They've had a base runner in every inning. They lead 6-2. Xavier Edwards is coming up. He's driven in a run his last 2 times up. And that's pretty cool. So Three Rivers always is kind of your childhood going to the ballpark place.
I loved it. I loved it.
Here's the pitch. And it's down low. Ball one. Bacher came on in the 4th inning. We're in the 5th now. 3rd Pirates pitcher. Baczynski, the starter, was able to go 2 1/3. 1-0. Missed away with a slider. And it's 2-0. Thought he was trying to challenge that. Every time a guy goes to his cap or helmet now, it feels like they're suggesting to challenge it. Just don't want their cap to fly off. There's a strike now, 2-1. There was a lot of alternate methods baseball bandied around to demonstrate that they wanted a challenge. One was kicking your left leg as high as it can go.
Karate chop.
Swing at a bouncer, softly hit up first. Horwitz will field and tag the batter runner for the out. 2 out, hit left on for Miami.
We have a couple things out here for the first acknowledged unassisted triple play. And Cy Young said, Neil, where you go? And he said, 3 outs.
Neil Ball had a fairly short career as a big leaguer, but continued playing in the minors, where he encountered true baseball royalty.
Now we're going to connect to Babe Ruth.
He dominated the game like no one else had before.
I'm holding Babe Ruth's bat.
During a 1934 baseball barnstorming tour of Japan, Ruth faced 17-year-old pitcher Eiji Sawamura. Sawamura became a hero in Japan, and the Nippon Professional Baseball League's version of the Cy Young Award bears his name. Maeda won the award in 2010 and again in 2015, when the runner-up was Shohei Ohtani.
First pitch crushing! Oh, man!
Like the 3 outs of a triple play. It all connects.
Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Don't get caught looking. Get a free quote today at carshield.com. Coverage varies by plan. View contracts exclusions at carshield.com.
6th inning is coming up, and it's brought to you by the operating engineers of Local 66. The Marlins have a 6-2 lead. It's Brian Reynolds to lead it off. Spencer Horwitz and Nick Gonzalez. Jansen Junk is the Marlins starter. He's hit 67 pitches through 5 innings. Scattered 4 hits. Cards getting their runs on a throwing error by the shortstop Lopez and a sac fly by Esmeralin Valdez. Swinging a foul back, and it's a strike on Reynolds. Got to go back to Saturday. The last time the Pirates had a hit to bring in a run that wasn't a solo home run. Did have a couple of those, one on Saturday, one on Sunday, the tail end of the Saturday game. Swinging a foul, and now 2 strikes to Brian Reynolds. Junk on an 0-2, bounces it up there. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 3rd time through the order. Opponents hit .379 against him. 3rd and 4th times through. That's the 5th highest in baseball. Perhaps a foreboding time in the game for him. That's down low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But working with a 4-run lead, Clayton McCullough may give him a little bit more room. Although somebody's starting to throw a little bit down there in the bullpen for Miami. Tyler Zuber is a right-hander getting up. Pitch high and away, 3-2. So looking at those statistics, even though he's retired 6 in a row, they're going to hedge their bets, I guess, and have somebody warming. Horwitz, and then it's Nick Gonzalez here in the Pirates' 6th. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Routine for Hernandez. And he makes the catch, 1 out. Horwitz is 0 for 2, and he's coming up. Horwitz first played on August 2nd after missing more than a month with injury. 3 for 28 since being activated.
He's having a tough time just getting back on track.
Here's the pitch. And there's a strike. One of those 3, though, that bases clearing doubled. So he's made those count, but still the frequency. Get that back up there as he typically does. Here's an 0-1. Swinging a foul. Remember, last year missed most of the first 2 months of the season and was a slow starter coming back from injury then.
Yep.
And then really about the All-Star break or so.
Took off, yeah.
So just a matter of time for Horwitz. 2 strikes from Junk, and it's down low, 1-2. 1 out, nobody on in the Pirates' 6th inning. 6-2 Marlins lead. They scored 4 in the 3rd off Majinski and Sisk on 1 hit, and 1 was called a hit, and the rest were walks and hit batters. Roller on to 3rd. Sanoha up with it and on to 1st for the 2nd out. And now 10 for a station break on the Pirates Radio Network. Nick Gonzalez at the plate is 2 for 2 today. 2 runs scored. It's his major league leading 47th multi-hit game. 2 or more hits in a game. Swinging a bouncer, foul up 3rd, and it's a strike. And Zach Robinow with Sport Radar, he's our statistician tonight. He tells us, so this is game number 122 of the season for the Pirates. It's the most multi-hit games at this stage of the season by a Pirate since Andy Van Slyke back in '92. He's also the last Pirate to lead baseball in multi-hit games for the season, as Gonzalez is doing right now. Down low, 1 ball and 1 strike on Nick. There have been a few other Pirates who have led baseball in multi-hit games for a season. Half swing strike, 1-2. Prior to Van Slyke, it was Roberto Clemente in '67. Before that, it was Paul Wainer in 1927. Hannes Wagner in 1908, and Ginger Beaumont did it a couple times earlier in the 20th century. Rounding ball up the middle, cut off by Edwards, and on to 1st for the final out. Jansen Junk has retired.
Line drive out toward right. Hill's coming in. He dives and he makes the catch. He does it again. Derek Hill.
He is just amazing.
This one's really all about Dean Kramer. 1 over the minimum through 7 innings. He's allowed only 1 run on 1 hit, and he's picked up strikeouts with 4 different pitch types.
Merrill Madness, dead center. Padres take a 3-2 lead. 1 swing of the bat.
His 3rd home run in as many games. And for the first time tonight, the Padres lead.
Looped in the air towards center. Breaking back now in is DeLuca. Dives, and did he catch it? Oh, he did! What a play by Johnny DeLuca. I think that saved a run.
Meckler moves back for it. He's out near the wall, and it is caught! Meckler got it! The Mac strikes again! You cannot contain the Mac.
That's an owl, in case you're wondering. That's one of the few fans who looks at Canseco and says, "Who?" What are they going to do? Expecting to pick up a baseball? Oh, poor baby.
You know, I did read it a year ago that Canseco absolutely loves animals.
Durwood Merrill.
Not away, Durwood.
Leave a little opening at the top, guys.
Miami comes to bat in the home half of the 6th. Where the Marlins are leading 6-2. Odo Lopez will lead it off. Griffin Conine and then Heriberto Hernandez against the former Marlin Lake Bacher. Righty offers. Swing at a foul. Strike one on Lopez, who is 0 for 3 tonight. Came in leading baseball in hits and the National League in batting average. His average has dropped at the moment to 316. Gonzalez at 307 after his 2 for 3 night. Swinging a foul tip.
That's when it gets kind of hard for numbers to move once you get up to that near that 500 at bat number, Joe. It goes down pretty quickly, but it has a hard time going up unless you you have big days. 3 for 4, 4 for 5, 2 for 3.
Yeah, if you're hitting 333, that's outside. You have to go 1 for 3 just to maintain it.
Right.
Well, Gonzalez at the moment is 3rd in the National League in batting average. Luis Arias at 313 and Lopez at 316. Here's a 1-2 and a swing and a bouncing ball on to short. Jacob Gonzalez has it and unloads it onto first for the out. 1 away. Griffin Conine, well, he's been a tough out in this series. He's not been put out today. A walk, a double, and a homer. Reynolds had to catch a ball over the wall to retire Conine yesterday. He also drove a ball right up against the center field wall, 400-foot marker, yesterday. Takes outside, ball 1. And a lot of times when you follow in Pop's footsteps, not easy, especially when it's with the team that he's most famously associated with, the Marlins. Conine takes outside, 2-0. Jeff Conine was an expansion pick from the Royals and joined the Marlins in their first year in '93, and then he was part of the '97 World Series winners, and then was traded at the deadline in '03 to Florida and was part of that Marlins World Series winning team. And his son wears his number 18 that he wore that second go round. Pitches down and in, a 4-pitch walk to Conine, so Marlins still will not have a 1-2-3 inning at the plate. I forgot that Jeff Conine played till he was 41 years old.
Yeah. More did he accumulate over his career?
Wins above replacement? Not as high as you'd think. So I'm going to give you RBIs. Okay. 1,071 RBIs. Wow. And there's a swing, fly ball, deep left field. And it's going to be another home run. This one way up above the former nightclub area. Into a bar section. Second home run allowed by Bacher tonight. And now the Miami Marlins lead 8-2 on the 17th home run by Hernandez.
Hanging slider right here from Bacher that just sits right in the heart of the plate. And Hernandez jumps all over it. No doubt right off the path to left center field.
So the Marlins lead by a half dozen. 8 runs on 7 hits. And there's a strike. And that's because 3 of the runs have scored by batters who have walked. 2 were forced in by a hit batter and a walk. Here's the pitch. Over a bit low. 1-1 on Jacob Marcy. 1 out of 3 tonight. And home run 415 feet. Pitch. And there's a strike. So now the 7th home run allowed by Bakker in his last 12 games. 1-2. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bakker was picked up last week at the trade deadline from these Marlins. Time is called. Bakker came on in the 4th. Now we're in the 6th. The pitch. Swing, fly ball, left field. Reynolds coming in on it. And Camps, he makes the catch for the 2nd out. 2 are gone in the Marlins' 6th inning. Agustin Ramirez is given up. He's 2 out of 3 tonight. Kirby Yates, another trade deadline acquisition of the Pirates. 39-year-old righty starting to twirl in the bullpen. The one we'd like to see more of. Pitch is swung. Luke Weaver. Yeah. Pirates still have not had a save opportunity since the trade deadline. Popped up to short right where Lau will catch it for the final out. We'll go to the 7th.
Do you see yourself maybe one day after baseball, like maybe food critic, food writer?
I would love to do that. That's the plan. I've been doing it ever since I was in the big leagues. It's just fun. It's fun to interact with people like the fans, because a lot of my followers are baseball fans. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to interact with them on a topic that's not baseball. A lot of people seem to rally around that. I mean, who doesn't love good food?
Yogi Berra was an 18-time All-Star and 10-time World Series champion.
This is the only perfect game in World Series history. You ask him about it, and he would say, it ain't been done before, and it ain't been done since.
David Wells was perfect on May 17th, 1998. Beanie Baby Day.
It's not the pitcher that's calling the game, it's the catcher calling what pitch to throw.
Home plate is 17 inches wide. And so he said, well, if it's more than an inch, and it was a lot more than an inch, then it's an illegal bat.
Well, he is. He's out. Yes, sir. He is out. Look at this. Keep it down a little, will you, please?
Okay, Yogi.
Casey Stengel and the other touring ball players met the King of England.
Of course, with my English, we had a little trouble understanding each other.
As Yogi said, when you come to a fork in the road, take it. Go to baseballhall.org to plan your visit to the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown, New York, and catch every episode of Hall of Fame Connections on MLB.tv.
Miami advances their lead to 8-2 as we start the 7th, and a new pitcher coming on for Miami is right-hander Tyler Zuber.
Zuber, he's 1-1 with a 3.8 the ERA, 25th game for him, 21 and a third innings, 23 hits, only 4 walks and 26 strikeouts, the right-hander.
And a strike to Ronnie Simon, who is 0 for 2 today. So Junk goes 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Swing and a miss, 2 strikes on Ronnie Simon. It was Junk's longest outing since May 9th, when he also went 6 innings. He was removed after just 81 pitches, so certainly could have gone 7 or 8 today. Swinging a foul, but wanting to get some of their relievers some work. Majinski is the pitcher of record for the Pirates. He went 2 1/3 in his start today. 0-2 from Zuber. Down low, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zuber is 31, out of Whitehall, Arkansas. Pitched at Arkansas State. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed the outer edge. 2-2 on Simon. Esmeralyn Valdez and then Jacob Gonzalez for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ball hit hard past first and into right, a base hit. Hard hit single to right for Ronnie Simon. And we saw in that Mets series, no matter the score, he's willing to run.
Three out of the first 7 innings, Pirates have been able to get a leadoff runner on. Both first 2 by Nick Gonzalez, a single and a double, and now that single by Ronnie Simon. We're going station to station right now to try to get back into this game.
And there's a strike to Valdez. Drove in Pirates' second run with a sac fly in the 4th inning. 1 for 1 officially after he singled in the second. Some good at bats in this series. Balls in play, solidly struck by Valdez. Zuber on an 0-1 could not hold up, and he's down another strike. 0-2. Zuber has also pitched a game for the Mets, 2 games for the Rays, and 54 games for the Royals in 20 and 21. Also been a Long Island Duck. That's inside 1-2. Independent ball. Had a 5.20 ERA at Jacksonville this year. AAA club of the Marlins. Here's the pitch. And that's outside 2-2. You were telling me that I used to work games there a long time ago. They were called the Suns back then. What's their name now?
The Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo Shrimp.
Not the miniature shrimp or the regular shrimp. The Jumbo Shrimp.
Jumbo Shrimp. 2-2. Valdez rolls it to short, to second for 1. Relay 2. Double play. 6-4-3. The Marlins turn 2. They're up 8-2. Base is clear. 2 outs now for Jacob Gonzalez. What do they call that? An oxymoron? Jumbo Shrimp.
Do you think the shrimp might be big? I mean, you've been there. Shrimp bigger in Jacksonville than anywhere else?
I think they're pretty big. I can go down to south of New Orleans. Down in the bayou.
Gulf shrimp.
Yeah, like down in the bayou there. Yeah, there's a strike. I don't know about Atlantic shrimp versus Gulf shrimp. I think Gulf shrimp would probably be jumboer. Pitch fouled away. 2 strikes. When I hear jumbo, I think of my wife's grandma. She calls bologna jumbo.
Never heard that one.
That's an old Pittsburgh thing. She was telling me. I didn't realize this, but it used to, like the Isleys.
Yeah.
It would say jumbo bologna, something like that. She was trying to explain to me. You know at home, I'm sure. That's outside 1-2, but
chip chop ham.
Exactly. Well, that's always a staple, even in our house. But yeah, she'll make a nice little spread for our lunch when we come over. You want turkey? Jumbo?
What's jumbo?
I didn't know. It's outside now, 2-2. When I first visited Pittsburgh years back, I got one of the guides on how to speak Pittsburghese, I'm sure that's in there. I got to find it.
Anything pop out to you now that you've been here for quite some time?
Nebby has become part of my
gum band.
I don't say gum band, but my wife does, being from Pittsburgh. A swing and a miss. My kids say sweeper, and I say no, it's a slider.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games, pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way, with real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
This one, some carry to the track, to the wall. It is gone! Kalen Culpepper, his first major league hit is a home run.
I mean, I can't hold back the smile I got right now.
He literally had every single one of his pitches working. The two-seam fastball was explosive.
7 scoreless, 8 Ks, and did not allow a base runner after the second inning.
Corbin Carroll all the way to the wall, and he's got it! Wow! What a catch!
Oh my goodness, what a catch by Corbin Carroll!
That might be the catch of the year in 26.
It's on its way! It's gone! Holy Waldschmidt!
Ryan Waldschmidt wins it! What a ball game! Holy screams! It is 14 strikeouts.
Fabulous tonight. There are not enough adjectives to describe his dominance.
The Red Sox are absolutely en fuego!
We go to the bottom of the 7th inning in Miami, and the Marlins lead 8-2. New pitcher coming on for the Pirates. It is right-hander Kirby Yates.
And Yates, he's 0-5 with a 3.73 ERA between the Los Angeles Angels and here in Pittsburgh. 36 game for him, 31 in the 3rd innings, 22 hits, 13 walks, and 38 strikeouts.
They'll face the bottom of the order, Sanoja, Jimenez, and Mack. Blake Bacher went longer than the starter tonight. 3 innings of relief, 3 hits, 3 runs, earned 1 walk. They had 1 strikeout. He gave up home runs to Conine and Hernandez. And Sanoja takes down low for ball 1. He pinch hit in the 3rd inning. Drew a walk and scored a run. It was the first batter that Evan Sisk faced. He came on in relief of Majinski, who went 2 1/3. Pitch from the 39-year-old Yates. Swinging a foul back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Last older pitcher, I should say relief pitcher, because Rich Hill was with the Pirates. Last older relief pitcher for the Pirates was Joaquin Benoit back in 17. He was 40 at the time. Here's the pitch. Outside, missing 2 balls and a strike. He's the second Yates brother to pitch for the Pirates. Was Tyler around when you were there?
I was in the minor leagues. I crossed paths with him in spring training a few years in a row.
Swinging a foul. Sanoja again hits it behind him. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Tyler, who is now a police officer in Hawaii, native state. And Kirby pitching for the Pirates. There are now 12 sets of brothers who have played for the Pirates. And Sanoja takes low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. I think you and I came up with
12.
3 or 4.
Yeah, the LaRoches, Yates.
I mentioned the Wainer brothers, Paul and Lloyd Wainer, great players. They've, of course, played the most. He's just swinging a liner up the middle, falling fast and down for a base hit. Smartly, Mangum plays that on a hop. And so Sanoja is on. Leo Jimenez is coming up.
12 seems like a lot.
And I got one other one. There was the O'Brien twins, and we were just talking about Jansen Junk tonight, who played at Seattle University. The O'Brien twins from the 50s, Johnny O'Brien, Eddie O'Brien. Sometimes they were position players, sometimes they were pitchers, great athletes, but the Pirates were second division teams in the 50s, especially the mid 50s and early 50s. There's a strike. So if they needed more pitching, maybe one of them or both of them would pitch, or, for a while they'd play second base or shortstop. So they were well known. And then Riley O'Brien, who pitches for the Cardinals at last check, I think he still does. He is grandson of Johnny, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And it's up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. So the O'Brien twins had come to mind lately. But the other ones, none of these I knew about. And probably because most of the time the one player, like one brother played 1,000 games and the other one played 4.
Yeah.
Here's a swing fly ball right field routine for Valdez. Backtrack just shy of the warning track. Catch made. Sanoha will just draw a throw. And he's not advancing here with 1 out in the 7th. It's an 8-2 Marlins lead. So the next most games played behind the Wainer brothers are the Bigby brothers. Now I've heard of Carson Bigby. He's a great base stealer, maybe 105 years ago or so, 100 years ago. Lyle Bigby played 5 games for the Pirates. Didn't know of Lyle. And this is all thanks to Sport Radar today. And dug this up for me. Now one I didn't know of, but probably should have. Here's the pitch. And you might at home, there's a strike. Gene Freese played in the 50s, but then George Freese played 51 games for the Pirates. I've heard of Howie Kamnitz. He was a pitcher. Same era or so. Harry Kamnitz pitched, or maybe he played, I don't even know if he pitched or not. He played 1 game for the Pirates. Swinging a foul. Brothers who played for the Pirates. Johnny and Phil Morrison. Phil played 1 game. Now here's a more recent one. Josias and Ravello Manzanillo.
Not ringing a bell.
Not ringing a bell. Pitchers, if I'm not mistaken. The Yateses. Ad and Billy Gumbert. That's got to be 100 some years ago. I've never heard of those guys. Elmer Riddle and Johnny Riddle. Nope, don't know.
Yep.
And Harry Gilbert and John Gilbert played a combined 4 games for the Pirates. There are your sets of brothers who have ever played in the black and gold. Swing and a miss. And Joe Mack is down on strikes. 3rd strikeout by a Pirates pitcher tonight. 8-2 Marlins. So now you can take that to the water cooler tomorrow. If you remember any of what I just said. Here is Xavier Edwards. Yates comes home. And it's a little bit low, ball 1. Edwards, a couple of runs batted in today. One on an infield single, one on a sac fly. Officially 1 out of 3. 8-2, the Marlins lead in the 7th. Toss over to first in this 6-run game. Sanoha not going anywhere. Sometimes a way to reset. Here's a 1-0. Swing and a miss. Got to buy him at 90. 1 ball, 1 strike. Still sneaks past hitters at that velocity for Kirby Yates.
He has kind of that little bit of an elbow drop when he goes to release the ball, and that gives him a little more upshoot on that fastball, so it plays a lot more than what the velocity's saying. Really just a 2-pitch pitcher. Yates fastball split. Does have a slider, but doesn't throw it very often.
Long wait by the righty and the 1-1. And a fastball a little bit up. Davis came out of the crouch, ready to throw. And it's 2-1.
I mean, 6-run lead in the bottom of the 7th. I wouldn't think that he'd be trying to steal a base here, but I've seen crazier stuff.
2-1. Swinging a foul back. Calvin Fauché is a right-hander getting up. The Marlins bullpen used to be such a distraction out there when they had the strobe lights. Clevelander nightclub. Wow. Down low 3-2. Yeah, you could hear the pulsating music emanating from that area. Didn't they used to have the visiting pen down there in left field so that they would get distracted?
Yeah, because the home team complained so much about the noise and the constant bass that you would hear out there that they were like, we don't want to deal with this anymore.
Swing and a miss. Edwards down on strikes. Yates strikes out 2 in a scoreless 7th inning.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Carter on the move. He dives and he makes the catch.
Junior get a glove on it. Second one. Massey to first in time for a double play.
A tough play for Allen. Bare hand play and a good one for Nick Allen.
Diving play. Cruz makes an incredible grab. Martin back to the wall and makes the catch up against the fence.
Diving stop by Turner. Scampers to his feet. Throws in time.
Dives. Backhand. Got it.
Nicely done by Trent Grisham.
And Randy Arozarena makes the catch. Put it on a show. Leeds made the catch. Slams into the wall and hung on. Larnick with a great diving play. Pajes makes a sliding catch. We've seen him do that several times this week.
Coming in Outman, and he'll dive and make the catch. Fine play.
That is spectacular. It's the Durbin D game.
Woodward dives to his left. Gets up. Throws. He got him. Wow, this kid is something special.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
At Master Skills, unlike any other trade, we are the operating engineers, Local 66. Are you up for the challenge? Find your future with us at IUOE66.org.
8th inning coming up, and we'll step out 10 for the ID on the Pirates Radio Network. Henry Davis will lead off the 8th. 8-2 Marlins. Calvin Fauché delivers a strike.
Fauché, the right-hander, 5-5 with a 4.35 ERA. 51st game for him. 49 2/3 innings, 43 hits. 31 walks and 56 strikeouts.
Davis sees another strike. He's popped out foul and popped out fair tonight. Fauché on an 0-2, rides high 1-2. Fauché was an anteater in college at UC Irvine. And a swing and a foul tip. And a bad luck for Davis as the catcher caught that one right there. He breaks his bat. And one out. The catcher just sticks the glove out, and does it go in or not? Looks like Navarreto's now catching. Brian Navarreto is catching for Mac. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. And Lopez on the run throws out Mangum for the second out. 2 up and 2 down against Fauché. Sade is now playing. We're playing Sade. It almost sounds like Fauché. That's right. I thought of that. Loud tonight, 1 out of 3 with a single. Pirates with 5 hits. Outside ball 1. They had 4 hits in each of their previous 2 games. Unless they have a big comeback tonight, they will have their 7th consecutive series loss. That's inside 2-0. And after the All-Star break, I think, how that can really be painful. That happened in the 22 season, though the Pirates weren't in contention prior to that 11 straight series losses they had in the 11th season. Ground ball fielded by Jimenez, the first baseman. He tags the bag. And the Pirates.
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game, these games, all the games. Pre-game, post-game, and everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
Peyton Tolley, the 23-year-old, making his 19th start of the year with an even record of 6-6.
Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it is swung on and missed. 99 right at you. Peyton Tolley blows the A's away. It's off to a roaring start. Peyton is up for it. Peyton wides, he throws. And did he go? I thought so. Yes, he did. Ring him up, 97. That was way off the plate. Soderstrom went around.
Soderstrom got twisted around so much. I mean, the pitch was practically at him.
That's how good Tolley's stuff is right now. You think Peyton sort of set the tone?
Peyton Tolley's 0-2. Muncy swings and misses and strikes out. Tied up on a cutter, up and in. And Peyton Tolley has it all working so far. 6 strikeouts already.
Tonight he's got a good one. There is a ton of swing and miss in his game here tonight.
Tolley's 1-2. Wilson swings and misses and strikes out on a darting curveball to the back foot. 11 up, 11 down with 8 strikeouts.
.com. That's IWLocal3.com and apply now before time runs out.
We go to the bottom of the 8th in Miami, and the Marlins own an 8-2 lead. Coming on to work for the Pirates, it is right-hander Camilo Doval.
And Doval's 3-1 between Pittsburgh and the New York Yankees this year. 4.33 ERA, 48 games, 43 2/3 innings, 40 hits, 20 walks, and 44 strikeouts.
He will face Otto Lopez, Griffin Conine, and Heriberto Hernandez. Here in the Marlins 8th inning. Marlins looking to win the first 2 games of the series. And try to win their 4th in a row. Pirates, if they drop this one, it would be 15 out of 20 defeats. Right before that, they were in playoff position. Lopez tonight held to 0 for 4. Again, baseball's hits leader, which have sequestered him, but Conine 2 extra base hits tonight, and Hernandez with a 2-run homer his last time. They're 3 and 4 hitters doing things. Pirates' top 4 in the lineup have 1 hit in the series. Single by Lau earlier. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for ball 1. And Davis is going to challenge this.
Actually, looked like Doval challenged this one.
Oh, maybe so. I couldn't hear Wendelstedt, so. And regardless of who challenged it, they're right. And so the Pirates retain an ABS challenge. Strike 1 on Lopez. And that's down low, 1-1. Doval delivers way outside, and 2 balls at a strike. Really cranks it up. 99 right there. Former Giants closer, was an all-star with San Francisco. 2-1 from him. Breaking ball, strike. Got the slider over. Now it's 2-2.
And Doval featuring a 2-seam cutter, slider, and changeup. Really likes that slider against the right-handed pitcher, right-handed batters. It's a lot of ground balls too.
And a ground ball. On to Nick Gonzalez. He fields it and throws to first for the out. And Otto Lopez held to 0 for 5.
That doesn't
Baseball's
happen
hits
very
leader.
often,
Yeah,
does it?
baseball's hits leader. Yeah, it's only the 4th over 5 this season for him. Here's Griffin Conine. He has not been put out today. He has walked, doubled, hit a home run, and then walked again. He scored 3 runs. 8-2 Miami leading. The pitch from Doval is inside for ball 1. It's Doval, not. I'm thinking of Duval County in Jacksonville, where they say Duval. Jaguars fans.
That's their mascot, right?
That's right. Something like that. I don't know. Jackson DeVille. There's a strike. 101. And Doval coming into today, 3rd lowest batting average allowed to righties. Anyone that's faced as many as he has. 146. That's all they hit against the righty batters do. Here's the lefty batting Conine taking down and in. 2 balls at a strike.
Conine's boosted that OPS up to 940 after those 4 at bats in this game.
Now, he's been hurt a lot, and when he's been healthy, he's been really productive everywhere he's gone. 2-1.
How old did you say he was?
And it's inside 3-1. I don't know, so I'm going to look. He's 29.
Wow. I thought he was younger than that.
But his dad really didn't break through until his late 20s, too. Go figure, right? And then,
feels like a very much a Ryan O'Hearn type, right? Just good at bats after good at bats, has some pop in his bat. That one's fired in for a strike. 3-2 count now to Griffin Conine.
They had a torn hamstring, missed 2.5 months this year. Last year dislocated his shoulder in mid-April and was lost for the season. Conine takes in and takes the walk here with 1 out. And the Marlins have had a base runner in every inning tonight. But yeah, it's hit as many as 36 home runs in a minor league season. Griffin Conine. But yeah, like tonight, if he doesn't get something good to hit, he'll take his walk too. So yeah, really impressive hitter. He's on for Hernandez, who hit a 2-run home run off Bacher his last time up. 8-2, the Marlins have the lead. Every time the Pirates have a stolen base in a game, you steal a deal at Valvoline Instant Oil Change for $25 off your next premium oil change. It's Valvoline Instant Oil Change's way of reminding you it's good to steal if you're a Pirate. First pitch from Doval is down low and away for ball 1. Victor Vodnik vivaciously warming in the bullpen.
Vodnik, he came from 5,200 feet above sea level to sea level, quite literally, didn't he? Came from the Rockies.
Oh, that's right. 1-0 pitch. Popped up. And foul.
Oh.
And just above the Marlins dugout. Sliding down the angled netting. A man in a teal cap trying to go for it, but fell somewhere where no one can reach it. At least no customers. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out. Last of the 8th, and 8-2 Marlins lead. Pirates will have Reynolds, Horwitz, and Nick Gonzalez against likely Vodnik in the 9th. Pitch. Kind of a slide step. And it's spiked in the dirt. 2-1 to Hernandez. He was originally with Texas. And now Henry Davis will talk things over with Camilo Doval. Eight to 2 Marlins. Now the mound conference is over. And a 2-1 pitch. It hit him or hit his bat, I guess. Hit the bat. 2-2 instead. That two-seam fastball came burrowing into the right-handed batter. Must have struck his bat. 2-2 on Hernandez. Conine in first with 1 away. Doval delivers. Down low and away. Full count. After the walk. Behind now. 7 walks by Pirates pitchers tonight and a hit batter. Three of those walks coming around to score. Hit batter and a walk with the bases loaded as well. Another ball that hits the knob of the bat. How can that happen twice in one plate appearance? Still 3-2. Pitch hit foul off his leg. What a painful hit bat this has been.
That sinker just has so much run from Duvall. And these righties are having a hard time pulling their hands in on it.
Pirates led at one point. 1-0 in this game, but now 8-2 Marlins. 3-2 pitch. Almost hit him. Slider stayed inside. Back-to-back walks by Doval. 8 total.
Yeah, 1 per inning on average. Not good. Not good, Joe. Not good at all.
Well, get a little double play ball here. Tough guy to double up, though. Marcy runs well. Left-handed batter. The pitch. Swing, flat ball, left field, tailing away from Reynolds. Long run. He'll make the catch on the move. And that's the second out. Runners retreat. Good play by Reynolds and left. Now Agustin Ramirez, who is 2 out of 4. Run batted in, run scored. (8-2) Marlins lead. 2 on, 2 out. Doval delivers a strike. Upper 90s with movement. Get it in and around the zone. Real tough to hit. 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased upstairs 100 miles an hour.
Oh. That red is a cutter.
Yeah.
Which I think maybe he just yanked a 4-seam or something, but.
Swinging a foul back.
100 again.
Doval trying to complete a scoreless 8th inning. 8-2 Marlins. 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul off the plate. Souvenir for the Marlins dugout. Still 2 strikes on Ramirez. Doval. 25th pitch of the inning, and a swing and a miss struck him out on the slider.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
The beauty of this jersey is the feel, the texture, the thin, the stitching is heavy, so you kind of feel that jersey that was very heavy. Check it out, the last name and the number, they have a little glitter on them, so they kind of stack up. It just feels right. I had some really cool cleats to go with it. The way it gets dirty when you slide, it just kind of like rubs off on that glitter. It's really, really cool.
Boomer is the dog. Does he look good? I just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Little lamp does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
Bucks need a half dozen. 8-2 Marlins, ninth inning coming up, and Victor Vodnik will pitch for Miami.
Vodnik coming over from Colorado at the trade deadline between the two teams. He's 3-3 with a 5.4 ERA, 36 games, 40 innings, 45 hits, 21 walks, and 30 strikeouts.
I was looking it up, and a lot of times you see that change of scenery candidate guy comes over from Colorado, and he has a 7 or 8 ERA in Colorado. No, Vodnik actually pitched better at Coors. A 4.01 career ERA at Coors. Swing and miss, strike one. It was higher elsewhere. So an oddity for sure. Swing and miss, strike one on Reynolds. Takes his timeout. Played in every game this season. Number 122 for the Pirates. And unless they turn it around, it'll be 58 up, 64 down. Haven't won a series since Cleveland, swinging a foul back, or even tied a series for that matter. Remember, they played a couple 4-gamers at Cincinnati and Milwaukee. And the Reds and Brewers each took 3 out of 4 in those series. Pitch inside now, 1-2. Here's the set and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out on the slider. 1 out. Typically, when you talk about Victor Vodnik, velocity. Throws up to 99.
That was an 88 mile an hour curveball right there. I think it read as a slider, but had really good downward movement. Yeah, the hard thrower, upper 90s, wipeout slider.
Yeah, the pitch. Dribbled foul, strike one to Horwitz, 0 for 3. Two Marlins here in the ninth. Pitch down and in, 1-1.
Yeah, tough going for the first 4 in the Pirates lineup tonight. Single by Brandon Lau, a walk by Brian Reynolds, and nothing else for those 4.
Bouncer first. Vodnik covers 2 outs. O'Neill Cruz tonight, and Altoona goes 2 for 5 as the DH in the rehab game. And now World Baseball Classic teammates for Team Mexico, Vodnik and Nick Gonzalez. Face each other. Gonzalez 2 out of 3 tonight, his major league leading 47th multi-hit game. Pitch down low for ball 1. Now hitting at 307. Helps that Pirates held Lopez to 0 for 5 tonight. Down to a 314. Arraez at 313. That's down low 2-0. Today's the first day where I think Gonzalez has a chance at winning that National League batting title. He's starting to pull closer now. 2-0. It's down low, 3 balls and nothing.
What'd you say Lopez went down to?
314. So yeah, Gonzalez 7 points back and has an at bat here in front of him.
There's somebody else right there too.
Arraez is between them. 313. He's won it, I think, 3 times. Batting title. Now a strike, 3-1. Not as vaunted as it used to be. The pitch hit the other way, foul, and now full count on Gonzalez. 3-2. You had the highest batting average. You were the hit king. You were the best hitter. And now it's top OPS, perhaps, or maybe most homers. Way inside ball 4, so his average will stay at 307. 2-out walk. Pirates need to bat around a couple of times. Here is Simon, who had a base hit his last time. 8-2 Marlins lead, or at least once, right? You got to bat around once to get. Got to get them all in before that 3rd out. And a strike to Simon. The pitch from Vodnik bounces, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Bounding ball up first. It's foul ball by a foot. Takes the count to 1-2 on Ronnie Simon. $7,441 tonight's announced attendance. On hand to watch the Marlins trying to make it 2 in a row. And it's a little bit low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Vodnik, 2-2. And challenged by the catcher Navarretto. Marlins trying to go to 38-24 at home with the victory tonight. If they win this challenge, the game's over. They don't win the challenge, the game is not over. Pirates have life. The Marlins are out of challenges. 3-2 on Ronnie Simon. Gonzalez just walked. Payoff. Bouncer slowly hit to 3rd. Sanoja fields and no play. It's an infield hit for Ronnie Simon. And now the Pirates have 2 on with 2 out. Down 6. Ismaelin Valdez could cut the deficit in half with a big strike. Plenty capable.
Yeah, swing and bunt right there. Simon, no play. The 3rd baseman Sanoja. And Valdez narrowly missed a home run to right center field earlier in this game. He's got a little karma coming back to him after that swing.
Vodnik takes a deep breath and delivers. And a strike. 8-2 Miami. Here's the pitch. Bouncer to third. 2 hops Sanoja. With time. Got him. Marlins have taken the first 2 games of the series, and that cinches that the Pirates will lose their 7th consecutive series. An 8-2 Marlins win tonight. The Pirates have lost 15 of 20. And our postgame show follows right here on the Pirates Radio Network.